Hi guys, Angie here, and I'm so glad you could stop by the studio and the channel. I've been working with my abstract printed pieces for about maybe 6 months now, and these are some that you see behind me here, whichever way. So, and I'm really happy with what I'm doing, but I feel I could be doing more with it. But I like what I've done so much, I'm afraid to touch it. I'm afraid I'll mess it up. I think we've all been there as artists. You like what you've done so far, you get paralyzed and you can't do any more to it. So to help me overcome that, I'm working with a mentor. I just started, and I'll be working with her for 6 weeks, and we'll be exploring different things that I could do to these abstract printed pieces, because really they're more of a background. I don't think they are strong enough to stand on their own, and look at different things I could do, maybe some printing on them beforehand, some printing afterwards, maybe collage, who knows. So to prepare for that, I've created some pieces for the sole purpose of experimenting on them. So I'm not trying to fall in love with any of these pieces. I want to be able to take them and just feel free to try out different things and not feel that I've messed up something I'm in love with. So the first piece I'm going to show you is one of my typical colorways using the bright primary colors. Okay, and this piece is a very long piece. I will be cutting it up in probably about 4 or 5 different pieces to experiment with. Now the next piece is a neutral piece, just using varying shades of gray. There is no white or black. Any white you see is the white of the fabric. So I thought this would be an interesting one to maybe try to experiment with. Now the next 5 pieces are something way outside of my typical colorway. They're pastels, and I generally do not like pastels. It's just not something I'm into. But I thought this would be a perfect time to get outside of my comfort zone and try to do things that I would not normally do. So I have 5 of these pastels. Some I like more than other ones. This one isn't too bad, although it may be too busy with the white on top of it. We'll see. This is probably my favorite one out of the 5, and I think that's because I didn't use as much of that pink, so it doesn't have that cotton candy overly sweet look to it. And this is number 5 of the pastels. It'll be interesting to see what I do with those. And this piece here, I worked primarily with several colors of yellow and blues. And one final piece with the grays. This one is a little darker than the first one, but it'll be interesting to see what happens with it. So I hope you'll join me on this journey for 6 weeks and see how I progress from being afraid to do something to hopefully being a lot more confident about working these pieces. Thanks for stopping by, and I hope to see you again soon. But until then, you know how I feel. Have a beautiful day.